now we're back to present time. I am so intrigued. I need to know. I need to know what's happening. Awake, asleep, awake, asleep. An ever-turning, ever-tumbling rock rolling down a hill that never ends. For one that had given up on reality, it was two sides of the same coin. Whether he was awake, whether he was asleep, what did it matter in the end? Why did it matter when both realities were filled with nightmares? Why did it matter when no matter what he did, nothing could heal that hollow feeling where his heart used to be? Noah's eyes began to focus. How long had he been sitting in front of the easel, awake? He did not know. Once again, his painting stared back at him, complete, rolling green hills that melted away into nothing. A world so meaningless, so fragile, an entire existence that depended on one person. Seems very similar to the other game story. Which one? Which game? I don't think I played one like this, have I? Yet Noah felt himself enamored. His fingers trailed over the long, dried paint. He could still feel the wind on his skin, the earth beneath his feet. The bite of metal pressing into his wrists as he approached a castle straight out of fantasy. And the expression on that man that called himself Crow's face. August. Should you really be trailing your fingers over that? Noah jumped from his stool, instantly spinning around to hide his painting behind him as if it was something shameful. Tell me this doesn't look like a really cool VTuber design, I'm just saying. I mean, it's just an awesome character design. I like his outfit, I like the tattooing. He just looks awesome. I forgot about this guy, fuck. I can do whatever I want with my own stuff. Hurry up and get out of here before you call the police. The white-haired man stood with his arms crossed and a look of what Noah would almost call nothingness on his face. I do like his silver hair, but I also really love the tattoos. I would totally get that tattooed on me. That's how much I like that. Asshole, he's just mocking me. What are you painting? None of your business. What's the problem? Just show me. I mean, it is just a painting, I guess. Fine, whatever. Noah stepped to the side, allowing Ivan to see the painting in full. He peered through the darkness, examining the brushstrokes. It's a painting of a dream I had, that's all. Nosy, Ivan left behind the finished painting and instead focused on the mounds of unfinished and broken canvases that littered the room that was once a living room. And why are so many half-complete and broken? Why does it matter? Just curious. Just leave already. If you're looking for money, I don't have any. Go find someone else to harass. I'm not looking for money. And I'm not interested in talking to strangers. Ivan smiled lopsidedly. Looking at the way you live, I doubt you have much interest in talking to anyone. Thanks for the commentary on my life that I didn't ask for, jackass. What the hell do you want from me? Didn't I tell you last night? I've taken an interest in you. There's something I wanted to confirm. Spit it out already, then leave. I'm tired. I just wanted to see how someone that could jump into dreams handled reality. Noah's eyes went wide. Ivan looked towards his easel once again, smiling at the painting that lay completed. I have no clue what you're talking about. Guess this recording is fake, then. His phone pulled from his pocket. Ivan turned the screen to face Noah. On it, a recording of Noah and Cain walking side by side before suddenly disappearing. All the color drained from Noah's face. You wanted me to leave, right? Sure, see ya. Wait! Changed your mind? Noah's eyes instantly went back to the marking that ran up Ivan's body. How do you know about that? At that exact moment, the door to Noah's apartment opened with a creak that seemed to drag on for far too long. Someone rushed inside before suddenly freezing in place. A deep frown was engraved onto his brow at the sight of Ivan. Who is this? Ivan looked at him completely deadpan before turning his head towards Noah. Do you just let anyone in? That's unsafe. Hey, I asked you a question. Ivan lazily looked back towards Cain, disinterested. I'm Ivan. He didn't bother asking for Cain's name in return. Okay, Ivan, what are you doing in Noah's apartment? Noah, do you know this guy? This guy knows about entering dreams? And those markings. Just who is he? His markings suddenly getting pulled into dreams, people turning up dead. I can't let him leave yet. Relax, Kane. We're friends. Old friends. He's no friend I've ever met. It's been a long time. I met Ivan before I met you. Right, fine. Whatever, but I need to talk to you. Kane side-eyed Ivan, who simply stood with his arms crossed over his chest, not moving. Be my guest. Alone. Kane caught Noah's arm and pulled him into the kitchen, a frown set into his brow. Please tell me I didn't dream up everything that happened. Wait, I mean, it was a dream, but was it real too? It was. This is insane. What's more insane was that we were forced in. I've never seen that happen before. Forced in? Something pulled us into that dream for some reason. You've been watching the news about people turning up dead? I think that's what's happening with the dreams might be connected with that. Why? How? At this point, I suppose I should just be honest with him. That wasn't the first dream I was pulled into. Before I saw my father get shot, and the next day he was dead. You what? Kane stumbled backwards a few steps into the kitchen bench. Maybe it was just a coincidence. Do you really think that could be a coincidence? But if it's not, then you're saying, what, someone killed him in his dream? Maybe, it's possible. And what could you even do about that? Well, if something's going on, I don't want you to be in danger. Please just forget about it. But for the first time in years, I can paint again. If I go back again, will I be able to do another? Will I be able to finally put my brush to canvas again? Noah, your silence is beginning to frighten me. Joking. I'm getting to that point where my throat is just going dry at every other word. Noah's voice was barely a whisper, nothing more than a wisp. I finished 2 paintings. What? Kane, I haven't been able to paint in years. Every time I tried, it's like my hand wouldn't move. But now, what does that have to do with the dreams and murders? It's because of them. Since I went back, I've been able to do it. Noah, there's a million safer options to inspire your creativity. It's not about inspiration. This is different. You wouldn't understand. I'd understand a lot more if you explained yourself to me occasionally. Noah looked towards the paint-splattered kitchen floor. There's nothing left in this world to inspire me. I tried everything, and look where that left me. I have nothing. I've been trying to help you, trying to inspire you. Oh, don't be an ass. That's such a mean thing to say. I never asked for your help. No! Kane has been here for like our whole lives, trying to help us, even when we didn't want it. That's the sign of a true goddamn friend right there. When you try to push them away, they're like, hey, you know what? I'm going to walk away for now, but I'm coming back because I want you to know that I'm always going to be there. I love Kane. Thank you for trying. Well, thanks for trying and all that. I just wish I could be enough. Kane shook his head before looking Noah in the eyes. I'm happy for you, Noah. Happy that you're getting back into painting. All I want is for you to be happy. Kane dragged his fingers over the kitchen counter before inspecting the layers of dust with a sigh. Let me help you get this place cleaned up. There's no need. I'm fine with it like this. It'll just get messy again anyway. Fine. There's something else I wanted to talk about anyway. Noah, about August. Noah's entire body froze up. Or Crow, or whatever he said his name was. What was that? I don't know. Enjoy your shower. Noah, even I want to believe that was him, but August is dead. It couldn't have been. You don't know that. Kane jumped in surprise at Noah's furious tone. You don't. You don't know that. It could be him. Step, step, step. The sounds of footsteps against dirty floorboards. Someone entered the kitchen. Ivan walked past the two, paying them no mind, and headed for the fridge. He opened it, blinked twice, then closed it again. Where's all the food? Can you not read the room a little? Why? What's there to read? We're having a private discussion here. Leave. I'm a guest here. It's not your house, so I don't have to do what you say. It's not your house either. Have some respect. Oh, no. That's a shame. I'm sorry, Sender. That's where you're wrong. We were just discussing about me moving in. Seems our friend, Noah here, has been looking for a roommate. That was the final straw. Kane took long strides towards Ivan, caught him by the collar, glaring down into his face. Do these two not almost look similar? Just a little bit. The eyes are off, and obviously a little bit of the height, but they do look similar. I'm connecting dots that are probably not connecting. No, they don't. Okay, I kind of think they do a little bit. Kane! Who the hell do you think you are? Equally, something snapped within Ivan, who shoved him back with an annoyed expression on his face. Huh, you think you can lecture me? It's none of your business who I am. You think you're so much better than me? You burst in just as Noah and I were having a private discussion too? Read the room a little next time, will you? Look, I'm tired. I don't care if you two are gonna fight, but go do it somewhere else. This guy obviously won't listen to me. Noah, tell him to leave already. You can't seriously be thinking about living together with him. No, I wasn't, but if that's what it takes. I think it would be better off if you left, Kane. You need to cool your head. We can talk later. Noah. Ivan stepped away from Kane, his hands up in the air as if in defeat. You should listen to him. Fine, if that's what you want. Stay safe, Noah. Don't do anything stupid. I'll come back tomorrow. No promises. Fine, I'll see you later. Door shut behind him with a click. Silence stretched onwards and onwards until Noah finally spoke up. How do you know about the dream world? I'm hungry. I don't care. Answer my question. Too hungry to answer. Then go out and buy something to eat. I can't. Why? I don't have any money. So you're after my money after all. No disrespect, but you don't look like the type with any money yourself. It's not my job to feed you. And it's not my job to answer your questions. Ugh. Noah turned around and stormed out the front door with Ivan following along behind him. I like Ivan. He's a sassy little bitch. The light from outside burned Noah's tired eyes. He tried desperately to shield himself from the brightness, but in the end gave up, his hand hanging uselessly at his side. Behind him, Noah could hear quickly approaching footsteps, light and quick, before a man with white hair appeared beside him. His face was still blank and uninterested, as if nothing would ever be able to faze him. Noah only looked away for a moment, a disgruntled sigh escaping his lips. Nah, you're good. Enjoy your shower. I might still be here. I don't think I'll be able to finish in a whole other chapter, but I don't really have anything going on. Ooh, good music again. And the moment he looked back, Ivan bit into a red, ripe apple. Could keep shouting this again. Where did you get that? Ivan waved back over his shoulder absent-mindedly, as if the question didn't interest him. Back there somewhere. You paid for that, right? Why does that matter? You can't just do that. Why not? Because you have to pay for it. You can't just take whatever you want. You still haven't given me a reason why. Ugh. With a groan, Noah reached into his pocket and pulled out his wallet. Inside, a few coins and a credit card that was quickly running out of money. With a deep apology, Noah paid the roadside stall holder before catching back up with Ivan, who had already finished his apple and thrown the core down in the alleyway. Why do you care? No one saw me and no one would have noticed it missing. I care because it's the wrong thing to do. Your morals sure are confusing. What's that supposed to mean? Ivan shrugged. You're the one happy for people to die as long as you can paint again, right? So you were eavesdropping. You talk loudly. Noah frowned in response, but Ivan spoke again before he could. Let's go in here. Why there? Ivan nodded towards an old diner. The kind of place that tried desperately to look cool, but everything they did come off as outdated. The tables were mostly empty. It's Ivan just shrugged and entered first, leaving Noah by himself on the sidewalk. What is going on? The few people that sat in the restaurant turned to look at the two as they came in. At first, Noah felt overly self-conscious, their gazes sticking to his skin like tar. But then he noticed they had no interest in him. All their eyes were focused on Ivan alone, probably because of how he's dressed. Yet Ivan didn't pay them any mind. Without even blinking, he strode past to take a booth in the far corner, far from both the door and any other people. Doesn't even care about all these people staring at him. If anyone could be described as marching to their own beat, this is the guy. Uncomfortable, Noah took the seat across from Ivan. Something wrong? Everyone's staring this way. And doesn't that make you uncomfortable? Let me tell you a secret. No one gives a shit about you, or about me, or about anyone. In a minute, they'll go back to what they were doing and forget I was ever here. I'll fade away like a memory from the distant past. Why would I care about someone's fleeting thoughts? Let's just eat. Why would I care about someone's fleeting thoughts? If only it was so easy for me to disregard. Same, bro. Noah opened up the menu, unsurprised to see a page full of word art, stock images, and jokes years outdated. No wonder it's so empty. What's that? What's what? In your hand. The menu? Ivan opened it, frowning at the words on the page. Is there a problem? No, just get me whatever you're having. Fine. Can I take your orders? Yeah. Noah cleared his throat awkwardly. When was the last time he'd ordered food at a restaurant? Can we just get a couple of, burgers? No problem. Anything to drink? Noah's mind wandered back to his empty wallet. Just water, please. Coming right up. Her bubbliness was at odds with the musty, aged environment. You don't look like a stutterer. Not used to talking to people? That's hilarious coming from someone with no social awareness. Do you ever actually leave your house? It's none of your business. So, no, I understand. You're a shut-in. We're not so different. It's not like that. I decided I didn't want to leave. It's a decision I made. That's what shut-ins say. Look, I really don't care what you think about me. I just want you to tell me how you knew about... Noah lowered his voice, his eyes shifting to the other customers. About the dream thing. That's simple. I can do the same thing. You can enter dreams too? Ivan nodded, sipping on the water the waitress had left behind. Aren't you gonna give me some kind of explanation? There's not anything to explain. You asked how I knew, and I told you. There's a lot to explain. I don't know about you, but I've never met another person like me. How did you get it? When? How often do you do it? What does it mean? Ivan shrugged again, more occupied with the water than with Noah's questions. I'd rather talk about it somewhere else. And where would that be? I already brought you here. Before either of them could continue the argument, the bright and friendly waitress brought back their food, setting the two plates down on the dingy table. The grease from the burger pooled up on the plate, making the unappetizing meal all the more disgusting. But that didn't seem to bother Ivan, who dug right in. Begrudgingly, Noah followed suit. At the same time, he struggled to rip his eyes away from the strange man. Dreams, deaths, those markings. I shouldn't bring up the deaths yet. If it's true that people are getting murdered in their dreams, and this guy can jump into dreams. Not until I can trust him. So where did you end up? What do you mean? Whose dream? Someone you know? My teachers from high school. Huh. Interesting. Actually, can I use your phone? Sure. Do I want to know how you got it? Probably not. Here. Noah picked up the phone. It was a nondescript black phone with no lock. He opened up the web browser, his fingers hovering over the screen. Let's see. Emery Floyd. Oh, his first name's Emery. Links to websites from all over popped up in Noah's search. Finally, he found something. A phone number. Right under a picture of Mr. Floyd smiling brightly next to a man he'd never seen before. What am I doing? This won't mean anything. That was all a dream. His apology meant nothing. Why did you do it to me? Instantly, the phone buzzed, making Noah jump. Ivan ate his burger, paying him no mind. Who is this? Noah. The phone lit up again, but this time with a phone call. Noah stared at the screen, debating what he should do before it timed out. Can we meet up and talk? I can come to you, wherever you are. I don't want to meet up. This was a mistake. Forget it. Please. Without a second thought, he slid the phone over the table back towards Ivan, who had just finished eating. Can you please answer my questions now? Sure. With a lopsided smile, Ivan reached over the table and took Noah by the hand. Before you could question anything, everything went black and the world fell away into pieces. Ooh, we're going in the dream world again. Whose dream this time? No matter how many times it happened, he'd never get used to it. He didn't want to. But somewhere, deep down in his mind, a crazy part of him had started to crave it. Noah only opened his eyes again when he fell into something soft. Mere moments later, and the wind was knocked out of his lungs as Ivan landed safely on top of him. The hell are you doing? We hadn't even paid yet. Once again, your morals confuse me. Anyway, like I said, it doesn't matter. No one saw. We'll be on camera. You think I'm that naive? Why do you think I picked that restaurant and that dingy corner table? There was no cameras facing back there. Ivan, quickly leaving Noah behind, took a few bouncy steps forward, looking somewhat impressed. Bouncy? At that moment, Noah realized why the landing was so soft. Below him, soft white clouds had cushioned his fall. Where are we? Whose dream is this? I'm no meteorologist, but I'd say we're on a cloud in the sky. No shit. How would I know whose dream it is? Someone having a midday nap, I guess. It's dangerous to jump into a dream without realizing where you'll end up. And I do it all the time, and I'm fine. Fine might be a stretch. Since when did you care for your own personal well-being so much anyway? What's that supposed to mean? Nothing in particular. Look, whatever. Just answer my questions. I don't have any answers for you. What? I imagine I'm the same as you. Got the ability as a child, no clue why. I don't bother questioning it. You said you'd answer my questions. Well, I did. I don't know. That's my answer. Then why bother bringing me here? Being out there makes me tired. Oh, also, I didn't want to pay for lunch. This guy. You're the only person I've ever met that's like me. That's enough to make me, and other people, interested. I'm getting out of here. Running away again? I'm not running away from anything. You brought me here for absolutely no reason with a promise of answers you don't even have. I was an idiot to believe someone like you would know anything. Ivan's eyebrow twitched, something Noah wouldn't usually notice about someone, but even a slight change to Ivan's impassive face was hard to miss. Someone like me? Yeah, someone like you. Have you ever looked in a mirror? You and I are the same. I'm not. You're not what? You know nothing, just like me. You have no one, just like me. You are no one, just like me. Noah wanted to tell him just how wrong he was, but words failed him. Because it's true. I have nothing. Ivan smirked. Why are you a shut-in? There's nothing left in my life to live for. And yet here you are, alive. Something's keeping you going. If there's nothing left for you out there, then what about in here? In dreams? No, Well, how about it? Fancy abandoning reality with me? No, because then I'd leave Kane. I don't know what you're talking about. Abandon reality? What's the alternative? If that's your response, then you're not ready for the answer. Right. Forget all that. Can I ask you something? And have an actual answer this time? Noah took Ivan's lack of a response as a yes. Have you ever been pulled into a dream against your will? Pulled into a dream? He raised an eyebrow slightly as if the notion interested him. No, I don't think that's possible. It's happened to me twice in the past few days. Interesting. Without even a word, Ivan turned in his place and started walking, quickly finding his footing on the clouds. Noah, taking significantly longer to find his footing, raced after him. Where are you going? Hey, I thought we were talking. To look around. Why? What else would I do? Sit around twiddling my thumbs? Help yourself. Are we in heaven right now? Oh no, this is somebody's dream. With a nonchalant shrug, Ivan turned away from Noah and bounded over the clouds in the distance. A tall, golden gate loomed over the horizon. And in front of it, a long queue of people. Noah couldn't help but notice the uncharacteristic smile on Ivan's face. was the first time he looked like he was truly having fun. Side by side, Ivan led Noah through the crowd, pushing through to the front, despite the glares and angry exclamations from those that had been already queued. Where exactly are we? At the front of the line, a man stood on the other side of the Golden Gate, a bored expression on his face. Then it clicked. This is meant to be heaven? I guess we're dead then. Except I doubt either of us would be going to heaven, so we're probably still alive after all. But if it was, would I see him? I wouldn't mind then. Hey, man behind the gate, open it. Papers. His voice was dry and uninterested. I don't have any. Open up the gate. No papers, no entry. Just open up the gate. The guard just tapped on a small golden sign that read papers required for entry. That's bullshit. Who needs papers to get into heaven? Wait, why do you want to go in? We need to leave. What? Why would I want to leave? We can't just stay here forever. Why not? Are you insane? Seriously, we have to go. Let's find whoever's dream this is and leave. Look, I don't really care what you do. I'm going in. You can stay out here. Whatever. I'll see you back at your place later. My place? Sure, whatever. With a click of his fingers, what resembled a skateboard without wheels appeared out of thin air and into Ivan's hand. Noah blinked a few times, staring at the object that hadn't just existed a moment ago. See ya! With no effort whatsoever, Ivan stepped onto the board, which slowly floated up and into the air. How are you doing that? With a yell and a smirk, Ivan called back over his shoulder before disappearing over the gate. I'm a Grim Reaper! Ha ha ha. You know, it'd be funny if we saw him in one of their other we might have actually, I don't know. I don't think we ever really interacted with anybody but Casper and that other guy at the very end. Would have been funny if there was a call out to him. I'm a Grim Reaper. Suddenly alone, those words rested on Noah's mind. What? Never been able to affect a dream like that. It's like he has as much power over it as the person who owns it. Alone, Noah's eyes turned back towards the queue. Faces upon faces that looked almost familiar, but not. That was until his eyes landed upon someone who was familiar, though. Noah winced, his hands at his sides balling into fists. My brother? He looked exactly the same as the last time Noah had seen him. Black and white hair, dark red eyes that seemed to search for any kind of weakness. Anyone but him. There has to be someone else, some other way to leave. I sneezed. Noah's eyes scanned the area, desperately searching for something he knew didn't exist when he suddenly froze. His breath caught in his throat. His fists relaxed, then balled again, his nails digging into his palm. Blonde hair and green eyes. A calm demeanor and a gentle smile as he sat perched atop the Golden Gate. He waved, and suddenly nothing else mattered. Maybe I'm dead after all. August. A word so simple to say in theory, but the sound caught in Noah's throat. Crow. The man named Crow dropped down from the gate, landing softly amongst the clouds. Somehow, he seemed to fit in perfectly, as if he was an angel himself. Noah! I didn't expect to see you here. This must be fate. Meaning the last time we met was purposeful? Crow gave no answer to his question, instead electing to smile once more. Did you come here by yourself? I came with someone else. Someone else? He blinked a few times, obviously not expecting that answer. He left a little while ago, over the gate. I see. In an absent-minded fashion, Crow slowly inched closer to the edge of the clouds, staring out at the wide blue ocean of sky. A sight like this makes me want to float away in the clouds for the rest of eternity. A silence followed his statement. Noah's mind was racing. He stared at Crow's profile, unsure of what to say. Do you feel the same? He scratched at the back of his neck, thinking. I think I'd get a little bored floating through the clouds for the rest of my life. The warm smile returned. Time to contemplate oneself is important too, even if it's not for eternity. You should try it. Contemplate one's self. He doesn't talk like August. Don't you think, instead of floating away in it, taking a picture would be better? Noah phrased his question simply, but for him this question meant a lot. All of a sudden a light and airy laugh escaped his lips. What a peculiar question. Right. Noah's shoulders sank. But now that you mention it, a photo would be nice. Then it would last forever. Who are you? I'm Crow. What's your real name? Crow. Please, August. 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 Noah shook his head, letting out an exhale at the same time. Fine, if you don't want to tell me, then you can keep your secret, but what are you doing here? I'm cloud watching. Cloud watching? He's not real, he's just a part of the dream, isn't he? A figment of my imagination here to torment me. I need to go. I have to find a way to leave. Hi, Felix! In an instant, Crow reached out and took hold of Noah's arms. Wait a moment, please. What for? You always seem to be rushing from place to place, yet at the same time, stuck. Take this time to relax. A moment's respite. I can't relax here. Why not? Why not? That's... Because it's not real. Everything here is fake. How could I relax in a place like this? A sad smile played on Crow's lips. Perhaps to you everything is fake, and perhaps you're right. But how does the wind feel, blowing like so through your hair? How do the clouds feel beneath your feet? Have you ever experienced anything like this before? No. Then, personally, I believe this place is real enough. With little regard for any notion of falling, Crow sat upon the edge of the cloud and dangled his feet off the side, a smile like a sunrise still upon his face. He's so pretty. Look at him. Only a moment later, and he looked back up at Noah, patting the spot beside him. Hell yeah, I'm gonna sit with him. Feeling he had little choice on top of the fact that the man named Crow looked like August, Noah sat down next to him. Oh, this is such a good picture! Oh, it's so beautiful. He peered over the edge, taking in the view. The world stretched onwards and outwards, much further than the eye could see. White, fluffy clouds lazily rolled by, looking just as soft as the one he sat upon. Whether you find this world to be real or not, there's so much to see, so much to experience if you'll just open your eyes. By the way, you've been looking tired lately. Have you not been sleeping well? Something about this man forced Noah to be honest. No, I haven't been sleeping well in a long time. Why not rest now? Crow lightly patted his lap while Noah just stared at him in disbelief. I'm not gonna sleep in someone else's dream. Yet in his mind, he saw August's hand running through his hair. He heard his gentle voice humming as he closed his eyes. It's your choice. I wouldn't let anything happen to you. Are you a part of this dream? Perhaps I am, perhaps I'm not. Does it matter? It does. For all I know, I could be talking to a figment of someone's imagination. A curious look came upon the blonde's face. What makes a person real? I don't know. Then I'll leave it to you once again to decide what you think is real. That's not a real answer. Crow laughed again. I exist right now, in this very second. That's enough. A comfortable silence came to rest between them. Can I even say I truly exist? Noah, facing out towards the wide blue expanse, carefully watched Crow out of the corner of his eye. What were you doing here? Before I got here. What was I doing? Waiting, I suppose. Waiting? What for? Nothing in particular. I spent a lot of time waiting, thinking, contemplating. I can't even say how long I've been here for. Noah, facing out toward the white-blue expanse, carefully watched Crow out of the corner of his eye. So, you didn't see Ivan? Ivan? He's the one I came here with. Kinda short, dyed hair. No, I can't say I did. He just left you here? We're not exactly friends. I wanted to hang around. I wanted to leave. Then I'll stay with you for a while. I don't want to say Crow isn't a real name. That just seems rude. That's his name. He said it's his name. We asked him twice and he responded. So, that's enough questions. Crow's hair gently swayed in the breeze. He seemed right at home here amongst the clouds. Can I ask you something else? Always. Have you heard of some kind of dark figure coming through dreams? Perhaps you mean the Reaper? The Reaper? A Grim Reaper? What is that? Just a nickname I've heard whispered here and there. I don't know much, but I heard where he travels, nightmares follow. People have been turning up dead back in the real world. I think I witnessed one of the murders here in a dream. Is that possible? Anything is possible. Everything's a non-answer with you. They talk about it on the news. They say the bodies are covered in these vine marks. A side effect that dreams have on the human body sometimes. What? Ivan. May I ask a question too? Good night, Sender. I hope you get some sleep this time and no one calls and wakes you up. Go ahead. Why did you stop coming into dreams? What are you talking about? You used to spend so much time here, and now, hasn't it been years? How do you know that? Crow shrugged, another cryptic laugh escaping his lips. You want to know my honest answer? No matter where I'd go, I'm surrounded by darkness. I thought that I could escape it here, and I was wrong. It's as simple as that. There's no point in me being here. It doesn't change anything. Darkness? Lies, hate, it all breathes here. I think I understand. This world is a lonely one and full to the brim of ugly truths. But if I may express my own thoughts on the matter, I wonder how different your real world is, though. What? Before Noah had any chance to voice his thoughts, Crow jumped to his feet with a bright smile. With ease, he held out a hand to Noah, waiting for him to take it. Have you ever danced amidst the clouds, Noah? Of course not. Noah stared at the crow's outreached hand. I'm not sure I trust Crow. I feel like Crow is bad just because he's wearing August's face. I feel like he knows that Noah has been dream hopping since he was younger and suddenly stopped. But I also, I worry because if he's what if he is an evil entity that's wearing August's face because he knows that's the easiest way for Noah to trust him? I don't know. I'm going to take his hand this time, but I don't think I'm going to be too friendly with him. Noah couldn't say no. He couldn't hesitate or even think. What option was there when Crow's face looked like that? What option was there when that smile made his heart hurt with nostalgia? Gently, Noah placed his hand on Crow's. Crow didn't hesitate either. He easily pulled Noah to his feet and with that gentle smile jumped from the clouds. What are you doing? The two free fell for what felt like eternity, but soon enough their feet landed upon something else, a small cloud separate from the bigger mass. Crow pulled him close, easily spinning Noah along the surface. Just because I said I hadn't done it before doesn't mean I want to do it now. But why not? Maybe you'll never have this chance again. Perhaps you and I will go our separate ways and never again cross paths. So why not enjoy a moment together? This isn't my idea of enjoyment. Let me go. Oh, let you go? Noah suddenly looked down. Wait, okay, don't let me go here. Content with this answer, Crow hummed a quiet tune. And for some reason, Noah felt himself overwhelmed with homesickness. Homesickness for what, he wasn't quite sure. For a time and a place that no longer existed, perhaps? Memories of a morning math class, of blonde hair that he couldn't take his eyes away from? Memories of a quiet walk home where nothing needed to be said but was said anyway? Of a mountain path barely walked but known so well regardless? Memories of longing, memories of regret? Memories that could no longer be? Quietly, Noah rested his forehead on Crow's shoulder. It's okay. It's fine if it's not real. At least I have this moment. His eyes felt hot as they threatened to make tears overflow, a feeling he hadn't felt in many years. When was the last time he felt anything? When was the last time he could cry even if he wanted to? Noah's hands grew tighter on Crow. At some point, Crow had stopped moving and become as still as a statue. Still, he didn't take his hands away. For those moments, he just held the man who was overcome with emotion for what he had lost. Neither spoke up for some time. Neither needed to. But when he spoke again, that name finally escaped his lips. August. It hurts, doesn't it? The past. It weighs so heavily on your heart, on your shoulders. But you wouldn't have it any other way, would you? The weight of your pain and of your anguish weighs just as it should. And in that, you can remember. Is that right? And that's okay to remember, to never forget. The past made you who you are today, after all. Hold on to that weight and remember. And through that weight, through the pain you felt in the past, let it open the door to your future. And at that moment, Noah snapped out of it. He pulled back from Crow, instantly regretting his display of weakness. Sorry. Crow shook his head slowly. There's nothing to be sorry for. Have I gone crazy? Are you a figment of my imagination? Or have I died and gone to heaven for real? Are you a part of my brother's dream? He knew you as well. If you hadn't died, is this what you would have looked like? A sad expression sat on Crow's face, one that made Noah question himself. Let's go back. Yes, let's. Maybe it really is August and he's an angel and he's trying to make Noah want to live again. The two looked back towards the long queue of people. Hadn't gotten any shorter. In fact, it didn't seem to have moved at all. Would you like to leave now? Noah wasn't sure himself. What did he want? I should. Of course you do. You have a life to go back to. Slightly peppier, Crow spoke up again. Do you know whose dream this is? My brother's. Crow nodded silently. And the two of you aren't on friendly terms. How do you know that? Just a hunch. Would you like me to speak with them? No, I should deal with it myself. Then, at the very least, I'll come with you. Something tells me that leaving won't be simple. Oh, wait, no, that wasn't no. Wait, before we go speak to him. As if he had suddenly remembered something, Crow reached into his pockets and revealed a handful of little white pouches. What are these? Dream blockers. Dream blockers? Well, to be honest, I just named them now. You're worried someone's going around killing people, right? Worried might be an overstatement, but if you give these to a dreamer, no one will be able to enter their dreams again. Ever. This should stop anything from happening. I don't know if I'll even be back in any dreams after this. You should keep them. Please, I insist. Perhaps you don't know me, but I feel as though I know you very well, and I think these will come in handy. No matter what you decide to do. With nothing to argue, Noah took the charms, putting them into his pocket. Let's go talk to him. I want to see his brother. What does his brother look like? In only a few moments, Noah and Crow had found their way back to the line. People here and there called out, angry at the amount of time it was taking. The person at the front was busy arguing with the gate guard. Each step towards his brother was difficult, as if his feet were made of lead. But eventually, he couldn't drag them any longer. Asher. Oh, so that's his brother. The man turned towards the voice that called his name, but his face became blank when he saw Noah. Do I know you? It's Noah. I don't know anyone called Noah. Perhaps in this dream he's not your brother? Not that different of how he thinks of me in the real world either, then. You're August, right? Didn't you die or something? Noah's eyes narrowed at the man in front of him. My name is Crow. Huh. You look just like my old neighbor that no one liked. Shut up! You have no right to talk to him like that. Asher's eyes suddenly lit up in recognition. If it isn't the spoiled brat. Oh, so you finally recognize me? Took you long enough. That's no way to talk to your older brother. How about showing a little respect? How about getting fucked? Damn! You tell him, Noah! Ugh, forget it. Two of us would like to leave, and I'd like to give you something. Noah's fingers played with the white charm. On the one hand, he knew it was the right thing to do, but on the other... But eventually, his mind outweighed his heart, and he extended a hand with the charm in it. Asher looked at it before shaking his head. I don't want shit from you, I just want to get through the gate. Just take it. Are you deaf? I said I don't want it. Then we'll just leave, if that's okay with you. No one's leaving. Can't you see that everyone's stuck here? Idiot. Maybe you need to get your eyes tested, eh? Crow remained calm as Noah's temper instantly boiled over. Fuck, so this is how it's gonna be. Nothing's ever easy. Shall I help you work this out? Yeah. So, what? You want to go through there? Why the fuck would I be standing in this line otherwise? Let's get this damn line moving already then. Puzzle! See, they are ghosts or spirits that want each other. Died. Maybe. Alright, let's see. People, person. Oh, so that's Asher. He's at the back of the line. There's nothing really to click except the people, I guess. I wonder what's actually holding everything up. I don't know, but it must be a big deal for a line this long to form. Why don't we ask? From behind the pair could tell the... Okay, let's try that sentence again. From behind, the pair could tell the person at the front of the line was young, probably no older than 17, with short, dark hair, who faced forwards through the gate, arguing with the man on the other side. Excuse me. Oh, shit! It's my younger self. Oh. August? Crow looked at Noah in surprise for a moment before his eyes went back to the young man in front of him. Well, this is a first. You can call me August if you want. What happened? Where's your glasses? What's with your clothes? Well, Crow raised a single finger to his lips in a moment, then winked at him. That's a secret. With only a simple action, the younger Noah's face was already beet red, and he fidgeted with the edge of his clothing. But as soon as his eyes hit Noah's, he frowned. What are you looking at? Huh? I didn't even say anything. Did I say you did? I said, what are you looking at, idiot? You little... Whoa. Let's not fight, okay? Noah... Yes? Huh? Your name is Noah too? How about try using your eyes? Before he could finish the sentence, Crow pulled on Noah's sleeve, then put his lips to his ear in a whisper. I don't think there's any point in telling him who you are. It would just be distressing for him. It's not even real. I'm Noah. You are real, and he is not you. That much is true. But you or not, he is a reflection of what you once were. Don't you think you should show yourself some kindness? Kindness. If you want, I can talk to him. All right, he'll probably be more receptive to you. I'm not that annoying, am I? Crow laughed, a light, airy sound. This, Noah, is simply how Asher imagined you. Don't take it too personally. Right. What are you two whispering about? August? I'm just talking about how I want to do something to help you. Would that be okay? Of course. I want to help you get through the gates. Do you know what's stopping you? Younger Noah frowned, glaring at the man on the other side of the gate. This asshole won't let me through, even though I brought my papers. You missed the signature bottom right of the page. Why does it matter? The guard turned around, not caring to continue the discussion. Why don't you just sign it then? Obviously I didn't bring a pen. Doesn't an artist always bring a pen? How did you know I'm an artist? Just a hunch? Well, whatever, I don't have one. Then would you like us to bring you one? Yeah. Depending on who he was talking to, his temperament seemed to completely change. The fact didn't escape Noah. Then we'll be back soon. Don't go anywhere, okay? Wait. Don't go yet. There's something I wanted to tell you. Crow blinked a few times, unsure of how to respond. Oh, Noah, you can tell me after, can't you? There's always a next time. So be patient, okay? Okay. Good boy, we'll be back. He still looked like he had something to say to Crow as the pair walked away. Something to tell you, huh? So this is going to be, we have to talk to each individual person, and somebody will have a pen, but they'll need us to do a favor for somebody else, so on and so forth. Oh boy. Second from the front of a line, a woman in a dress suit and glasses let out a huff as she gazed at the man on the other side of the gate. Why does she look like that? I suppose Asher didn't have that much attachment to her. It takes considerable mental power if the dreamer could create completely lifelike people. So sometimes people end up like this. I suppose that's not all different to the real world. How many people do you pass on the street, never to remember or think of again? Can we talk to her?
We should be able to.
Excuse me, miss. Miss? Did you just call me miss? Professor Pearson. Professor Pearson, please have some respect. God, this is gonna be fun, isn't it? Sure, my bad. Your bad what? Look, sorry, I think we got off on the wrong foot, Professor Pearson. At least your limited mental facilities let you remember my name. You told me that 2 seconds ago. Is there something I can help you with? Actually, we were gonna ask you something. Me? Needing assistance from others? Well, you're stuck here just like everyone else. Without any fault of my own, unlike some. She glares daggers at the person standing in front of her in line. What if we tell you that with your assistance, we can get this line moving? I would say that you consider me a fool. No, really, that's what we're doing. Suddenly, the professor leaned forward, pushing her shadowy glasses further up her face. I feel like I recognize you. Are you one of my students? No, sorry, I don't think so. A light bulb went off in Noah's mind. Wait, unless you mean Asher? He's my brother. Asher, yes, I remember him. A smart mind, yet with no dedication. To put it in simpler terms, he half-asses everything he does. But he's always been an overachiever. An overachiever? No, he failed my class. He what? Her voice seemed to falter for a moment, becoming softer. It was a great shame, because his aptitude for learning was real. Then why? She shrugged. I could only hypothesize on the matter. Perhaps he was a gifted child that rode to that wave for so long that it dissipated, or perhaps he found himself too busy with other things to make time for his studies. Either way, I couldn't have given him a passing grade, even if I wanted to. I see. But that is all in the past. I tried to convince him to take the class again, but I believe he was too embarrassed to do so. Pride truly is a failure of mankind. But that is beside the point. Unless you can fix my entertainment issue, then I don't believe there's anything you can do for me. Your entertainment issue? It is none of your concern. Go on, run along now. With her arms crossed over her chest, she almost seemed to put her nose up at the pair in distaste. Seeing that as a sign to take their leave, the pair put some distance between themselves and the professor. Seems like we'll need to convince her to tell us what she needs to help with. Any ideas? Well, seemed like she liked my brother, kind of, maybe. To be honest, I'm not sure she likes anyone, but it's worth a try. Talking to Asher about his studies, that's sure to go down well. Let's just go straight down the line. Standing only a few people away from the front of the line was a young man with long, thick black hair pulled back into a messy ponytail. He stood on the tips of his toes, looking over others' shoulders to see what the holdup was, but he didn't seem too bothered by the delay. When he noticed that it wouldn't be moving anytime soon, he pulled a book out of what seemed like thin air and started to turn the pages, reading quietly. I'm trying to read this a little bit faster. How studious, even a place like this. I know one person who could pick up a book anywhere. Oh? It's someone you know? I think so. Reuben? The man turned around, his eyes searching for the source of his name being called, and soon locked in on Noah. A moment later, he glanced away. He really does look so real, but he's just part of this dream, a concept dreamt up by my brother. Still, talking to him might be useful. Do you know him well? I can't say as I recognize him at all. Kinda. He is, or maybe was, my brother's best friend. He didn't come over very much, though. I don't think my parents liked him very much. Did they like anyone? Apologies, that's out of line. No, you're right. They were hateful, judgmental people, and no one was ever good enough for them. Not others, not me. Anyway, let's go talk to him. Slowly, the pair crept across the fluffy clouds until they stood by Reuben's side. Even when Noah cleared his throat to get the man's attention, he didn't look up from his book. Reuben? Finally, his eyes left the page. Oh, he's cool looking. Who are you? Noah? A light bulb seemed to light up within his mind. Asher's baby brother? Minus the baby part. Yeah. You've gotten so big, I didn't recognize you. Aging seems to do that to you. Anyway, what are you doing here? What a stupid question. He doesn't have any real reason to be here. He's not even really here. Reuben's gaze found its way to the golden gateway ahead of him. His eyes were filled with sadness and anger that Noah couldn't quite understand. I came to see my mother. Your mother? He shrugged. It seemed like he didn't want to elaborate at all. I guess. His eyes turned back to his book, which was still open in his hand. He was perfectly content to leave Crow and Noah standing right beside him in silence. Seeing that they were being ignored, the two walked a short distance away from Reuben. He certainly does like reading. That's pretty much the only thing I know about him. Maybe we can use that to our advantage. Noah couldn't help but smile. It almost sounded like something August would say. An older gentleman stood a few places down from the front of the line. His hands casually in his pockets, he whistled a soft tune, airy and carefree. As Crow and Noah got closer, only then did they realize that he didn't have a very strong form. He was like a shadow with no defined features. Just like Professor Pearson, his form wasn't solid but fluid. He was a shadow that could blow away at any moment. Excuse me. Shadowy man turned towards Noah, his whistling abruptly stopping. Hey, no cutting the line. We've all had to wait our fair share, so do you. Oh, no, we're not trying to cut the line. If anything, we're here to help you get through the gate faster. Oh, well, that's mighty kind of you. You don't see many honest, principled young people like you two in this world anymore. Right. This is Noah, and I'm Crow. I didn't get your name. Name's Elijah. Well, Elijah, it's nice to meet you. What are you doing here? The man stopped and pondered the question for a moment. He didn't seem to know exactly why he was here. Huh, I don't know. I was on a call with my damn tenant who won't pay his goddamn rent, and then I was here. Your tenant? Young lad named Asher. Asher hasn't paid his rent? That doesn't sound like him. You know him? He's unfortunately my brother. Well, maybe you could remind him that I'm not a damn charity case and that he's been late for the past 6 months. What? I thought our parents were paying his bills. We can let him know. And hopefully ask him why. By the way, you haven't happened to see any scraps of paper around, have you? I was putting together an old photo when the breeze blew him away. A photo? No, I don't think so. But we can keep an eye out for you if you want. That'd be mighty appreciated. We'll be back soon then. Oh, goodness. A young woman with long blonde hair stood directly in front of Asher. Her blue eyes looked ahead with clarity and understanding. Excuse me, miss. Ooh, she's pretty. Look at her. Yes. The woman crossed her arms over her chest and raised a single eyebrow. She didn't seem too interested in making conversation. Noah didn't recognize her in the slightest. Whoever she wasn't a mutual friend between Asher and Noah. Whatever it is, make it quick. We don't have all day. Oh, because you'll be through the line soon? No, because that idiot Asher will wake up soon and I will cease to exist. You, realize that? Well, it's somewhat obvious. I'm not really here, so this must be a dream. If I'm not really here and this is a dream, then I am not really me. Well, this is a first. But you shouldn't even be able to tell that you're not real. The woman shrugged as if she wasn't keen on elaborating any further. As I said, we don't have all day. What do you want? Right, well, since you know this is a dream, we're trying to get this line moving. Uh-huh. Is there anything we could do for you to help? Do for me? The director did say something about this. The director? You don't need to concern yourself over him. Damn it. If only I could remember this after I stop existing. She tapped her foot on the cloud, deep in thought. Perhaps there is something you could do for me. What is it? We're happy to help. You. Once you get back to the real world, I want you to call me and tell me everything that happened here. I'm really sorry, Miss Daisy. Miss Daisy, it's... Crow made a face that said he wanted to help, but I can do it. But you won't think I'm crazy? No, I work in this field, so I'll believe you. Can you give me your number then? Of course. Of course. I don't know it. Curse that Asher. I don't know it because he never remembered it. She fished around in her pocket, with the face filled with surprise, pulled out a mobile phone. Never mind, he's a genius. But what's the code to unlock it? How are you related to my brother, by the way? Your brother? You must be Noah. I didn't even realize. Asher was my boyfriend, I guess. We didn't date for long. Does my brother have anything going for him? Quite honestly, he's a miserable little cretin that lashes out at others because he's afraid of himself. I'd like to say go easy on him, but you can do whatever you want. I don't care about him either way anymore. Ouch. Sure. So we need to get your phone unlocked. Any ideas? You could try asking Asher for my number instead, but I wouldn't hold your breath. Well, give it a try and be back soon. As the two walked away from Daisy, Crow drew to a stop first, his eyes lazily going over the surroundings. How can she know she's not real? It's strange, isn't it? I've never seen anyone like that. And she said she worked in this field too, whatever that means. Be careful about her, okay? If you do decide to call her later. Why? She's very smart, and I'm worried about what her knowledge entails out here. I'm not saying don't contact her, just be cautious, alright? For some reason, coming from that face, with that voice, Noah couldn't help but take the warning to heart. I'll be careful, I promise. Alright. You. Sixth from the front of the line stood Asher, his arms crossed and his foot tapping on the ground in annoyance and impatience. When he saw Noah and Crow approach him once again, he simply rolled his eyes and looked away. Excuse me, can we ask you a few questions? Piss off. Don't talk to him like that, asshole. Why not? I can do whatever I want. If you got a problem with it, feel free to actually piss off. I am still going. So I'm gonna be ending after we finish this puzzle. No. Please, we just want to help you. If you just take... I'm not taking shit from him. You ruined my life. Excuse me? I ruined your life? You made every single day living hell for me for no reason. Right. No reason whatsoever. Even more of your privileged bullshit. I have no clue what you're going on about. Let's all just calm down a little, okay? Asher, you want to get through those gates, don't you? Once again, now calmly. Isn't that fucking obvious? I'll hydrate. Actually, when I do visual novels, you guys don't have to worry about hydrating me, because honestly, I have to drink so much because my throat gets dry from reading, from like speaking, everything. We'll get the line moving, but you have to assist us, at least a little, okay? Not if you don't help me first. Us getting you through those gates is helping you. He shrugged, then recrossed his arms, refusing to budge. Fine, whatever. What exactly do you want? On top of all the other shit we're doing for you. He nodded a few steps ahead in line, where a man with dark, messy hair stood. From the back, Noah didn't recognize him. Get him to talk to me. Reuben? You saw him already? Yeah. Not surprised you guys aren't friends anymore with a personality like yours. Is there something in particular you would like us to say to him? Under the starry sky on a warm summer night. How delightfully cryptic. He'll understand. Under the starry sky on a warm summer night. You should just go talk to him yourself. And lose my place in line? I could save it for you. It's okay, we can try. As long as it means you'll help us after. Yeah, fine, whatever. With that said and done, Crow and Noah walked a short distance away out of Asher's earshot. Doesn't deserve our help. I know, but we'll do it anyway, won't we? Not much choice. There's plenty of choice. You're choosing to help. Perhaps somewhere deep down you're hoping to find a part of your brother's humanity here. And what about you? What do you mean? Why are you here? Why are you helping? What do you get from all this? The blonde man lifted a finger to his lips with a gentle smile, with no obvious plan to give any real explanation. Well, I get to ease your burdens, if only a little bit. That's all I could ask for. Alright, Reuben! Reuben still stood in the position of the line reading his book. He'd already progressed at least another 30 pages since Noah last looked. I have a message. I was asked to pass on a message to you? Finally, Reuben looked up from his book. What is it? It's from Asher. Though the man up until now had been relatively emotion-free, that name seemed to make him glance off to the side. What does he want? He said... I have to actually type it?! Oh, fuck! I thought it was gonna be a prompt! Oh, fuck. Give me a hint. What is it? Speak to Asher again. Oh, damn it. Hold on. Sorry, I think I forgot. I'll be back in a minute. Fuck! Reuben, Asher, what did you say again? Yeah, something under the starry sky. On a warm summer night under the starry sky. Hold on. Hey, oh shit. Now we're gonna ask him about Daisy's number. Wait! Oh, I did the first thing. What? How do you know Daisy? None of your business. Why would I tell you? I'm not gonna give out her number to anyone that asks. I bet you don't even remember it. Of course I do. Prove it. Ugh. No wonder she broke up with you. You little... Crow stepped between the two brothers as Asher raised his fist. Now, let's not fight, okay? Huh. I was gonna tell you to crawl back into your grave, but I suppose it makes sense that you're here. Asher grinned at Crow, who simply shook his head. You don't have to attack people when you yourself feel insecure. Whatever. What did you tell me to tell Reuben again? Are you serious? Yes, I'm serious. I forgot, all right? Under the starry sky on a warm summer night. Okay. Under the starry sky. I'm just gonna type this shit in chat. Under the starry sky on a warm summer night. There we go. Give myself a hint. I'm not gonna remember that. How about trying to remember it this time? Yeah, whatever. Okay, that's enough for right now. Let's go talk to Reuben. Okay. Oh, shit. This is a different encounter. What are you reading? A book? What's it about? I've never read a book before. It's about an orphan who leaves his town and challenges fate. That sounds fun. Do you read a lot? Reuben nodded, still busy reading. Are you studying literature at university? I think I remember you telling me you wanted to a long time ago. No, I just like reading. I dropped out of school when I was 15. Was there a particular reason? To support my brother, I guess. It was only the two of us growing up. Least I could do was help him achieve his goals. My brother would die before dropping out to support me. He did drop out, though. He what? He shrugged again, his eyes still following the words on the page in front of him. Ask him about it if you want. I have a message. It's from Asher. And he said, under the starry sky on a warm summer night. Under the starry sky on a warm summer night. Does he think that will make everything better? I guess knowing him, he would. Fine, tell him I'll go talk to him soon. What did you fight about? Reuben looked Noah in the eye. You, mostly. Me? Why? Does it matter? I'm reading. We can talk about it later. No, there is no later for you. You're just... Fine. Yeah, we can talk about it later. Hurry up and finish your book. Okay, but it's the first in a series, and I have all 12 books here with me. Right. Okay, so... we need to talk to this asshole again. This is before his arms were crossed and his foot tapped on the cloud. I talked to Reuben. What did he say? For once, Asher seemed both frantic and sad. It wasn't at all how Noah imagined his brother. He said he'd come talk to you later. Good. Good. So, what'd you do? None of your business. You're making me your errand boy. It is my business. I was an asshole to him about all the things he finds most important. No, you an asshole? That doesn't sound like you at all. Fuck off. I'm not telling you shit. But you will help us now that we helped you, right? Yeah, fine, whatever. Here, take this. Half a piece of paper. Wow, thanks. How about you use your eyes? I thought big art hotshots were good at that kind of shit. Big art hotshots? Give me a break, as if I could have become anything in the art world with you around. With me around? What, so it's my fault your little boyfriend died? Shut up! Don't you dare talk about him. And don't act like I'm the reason you ended up all fucked up. I hate you. I hate you so much. Feeling is mutual. I never did anything to you. You had every opportunity I never had. You were passed everything on a silver platter and you never appreciated it. You studied whatever you wanted, you were bought anything you and everything you needed, you were given everything. How are you any different? Work it out yourself. I'm done. You... Noah. Crow put his hand over Noah's. The act instantly calmed the man's mind. Fine. Why haven't you paid rent? Is there a reason you haven't paid paying your rent? I have been. Really? Your landlord says you haven't. Shit, he's here? Noah crossed his arms, waiting for an answer. Why is it any of your business? Money's tight, alright? Everything goes through it. I thought Mom and Dad would have been paying it for you. A grin sped over Asher's face. How could you be so naive? As soon as you were in the picture, I was all but cut out. What? All they ever did was compare me to you, tell me how much lesser I was than you. Why would they have... Asher shrugged. He didn't have the answer Noah was searching for, and neither of them ever would. Did you seriously drop out of school? What? Me? Drop out of school? I'm not you. Who told you that? Reuben. He's just making shit up to get back at me. Sure. I'm not a failure. I'm not like you. You really did drop out. God, are you still here? Unfortunately. Trust me, I don't want to be here any more than you want me to be here. Then hurry up back to your whatever it is that you do. Doodling? What's wrong with doodling? Nothing, I guess. Asher looked to the side and let out a deep puff. I spoke to someone, a certain professor. This day just gets worse and worse. She said you failed her class. That makes me feel like you did drop out. Alright, fine, whatever. Yeah, I dropped out. Who cares? You happy now? Why would that make me happy? You're telling me you're not happy to see people you hate failing? For some reason, I'm not. She wants you to retake the class. Just so she can fail me again? Fuck no. No, she really wants you to. I think she believes in you. Funny joke. What happened? I don't know. Unlike you, who could turn up to any class and excel, I had to work my ass off to get good grades. His voice was tinged with jealousy. Studying day and night, trying to keep up the appearance that it was effortless. Then suddenly I was cut off. I was working 3 part-time jobs and I didn't have the time. I couldn't keep up. You could have asked for help. I'm sure. No. I wanted to prove I could do it alone. Then I saw you excelling in everything, with time for your art, for your friends, and it made you angry. Made me want to see you suffer. Ouch. And that just hurt Reuben. Family's important to him, you know? So here I am, friendless, girlfriendless, dropped out of school, and I can't pay rent. Now dealing with 2 goddamn funerals. I don't know what to say. Oh, that's right, because our parents died. There's nothing you can say. This is just my life. I'll deal with it. I should come clear my room out. Saves me dealing with all your shit. Asher offered a weak smile, which Noah returned. Whether they'd ever have a friendly relationship, who could know, but in that moment, they seemed to have an understanding of each other they'd lost long ago. I think I have your phone number now, Daisy. Daisy stood facing ahead. Let me look at your... Oh, wait. I think I have an idea of the code. Can you show me your phone? Be my guest. Oh, I have no idea. Ooh, I didn't like that sound. Damn it. Seems you haven't quite worked it out yet. Do you want me to try? No, I'll do it. Okay, hold on. Let me look at the paper that we got. Are you kidding me? This is what you gave me? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, V. Half some kind of note. There's a lot of random letters. That's not random letters. It's the fucking alphabet. 26 plus 5? Wait, is it 265? Wait, hold on. Hey, Daisy, what is it? I found this. Where'd you get this? Asher gave it to me. I think this could just be what we're looking for. It is? It looks like half of it's missing, though. Okay, hold on. No, get out of here. Hold on. Let me see your phone. Is it 265?
This is big brain time.
It is big brain time. Fuck! That's not the answer. Okay. Well, let's keep asking questions. What happened between Reuben and Asher? Can I ask you a question? You can, but that doesn't mean I'll know the answer or want to tell you. Do you know Reuben? Reuben? Vaguely. I saw him on very brief occasion, but Asher had mostly kept himself and Reuben separate in his life. And by separate, I mean that he would drop anything and everything at a moment's notice if Reuben needed anything. That doesn't sound like my brother at all. That man only has a soft spot for one person, and it was never me. Do you know what happened between them then? They're not talking to each other. Daisy shrugged. No clue. Whatever it must have been a big deal to Reuben, though. Okay. Let's go back to Reuben. Reuben still stood in third position of the line, reading his book. He'd already progressed. Okay, so that doesn't help. So let's talk to Pearson. Completely ignored Noah and Crow's existence as they approached. Even when Crow awkwardly cleared his throat to get her attention, her eyes didn't meet theirs. He spoke to Asher. I told him he should redo your class. Oh. Well, that's unexpected. He seems worried you'll just fail him again. If he doesn't put the work in, yes. But if he does, I will be glad to see him pass. Lord knows we need more people in the world who value knowledge. Thank you? Noah, this is Crow. Noah, this is Crow. Right, I appreciate what you've done. I look forward to seeing him try again. So, entertainment issues? Yes, you've been persistent enough, fine. There is something you can help me with. I won't waste your time with a lengthy explanation. My father was a prolific writer, and before he passed, he left me a book of his professional works. I was 7 at the time. He created riddles and puzzles out of his words so that I would have a piece of him left after he was gone. The professor sighed, exasperated. But today some of his words blew away in the wind. If you could find them for me, then I would indeed help you however I could. What a lovely thing to leave for a loved one. What is more precious than words that came from the heart, after all? Wait, can I give you the paper? Is this all you do? Carry around little scraps of paper and show them to people? Sometimes we have other things too. Lovely. Okay, well, that doesn't help me at all. Okay, let's go back to Reuben. Reuben still stood in third position in the line. Nope. Okay, so that doesn't help. Elijah? A man named Elijah stood facing ahead, oblivious to the fact that only a few people behind him stood Asher. It seemed as if he couldn't even see him. Damn. Talk to myself? The younger Noah still stood at the front of the line, glaring daggers at the man behind the gate before his eyes found Crow. August. About August. You know you might not get the chance to tell August that thing you wanted to. What? I'm not trying to be mean. I just mean you should do all the things you think you have forever to do before you don't have the chance anymore. Like draw him. Tell him that you treasure him. Tell your parents to fuck off and go see him whenever you can. How? I heard about you from August. Oh. All I'm saying is value what you have while you have it. Okay, well that didn't help. There's nothing besides, like, those guys that I can click, so... Asher rubbed the back of his neck as Noah approached. He seemed as if he wanted to say something, yet he kept his mouth closed. Who do I talk to? I don't know what your phone... Okay, let's just try everybody. Noah held the paper, showing it to Asher. What? I thought you might want to see it. Again. There's something wrong with your head. Piss off. Okay, that doesn't help. You were so cute when you were younger. Cute? Your eyes are so hopeful and your smile is contagious. I'm not. Though you are still cute now, too, so don't worry about that. Okay. Oh, wait, we already tried to give it to her. Give it to Reuben? What are you showing me this for? Just seeing if you recognize it. Looks like a piece of paper. How insightful. Noah gripped the paper tight in his hands. He looked beyond the golden gates of Asher's would-be heaven. Nothingness seemed to stretch on far as the eye could see. Ironic. Okay, so we have to figure this out. Looks like half of it's missing, though, but we have no way of getting the other half. Game, help me! Give me a hint, because I don't know this code. The code you need is on the bottom piece of the note. Use the cipher above it to work it out by switching each letter to 1 plus 5 places from it. Wait, what? The code you need is on the bottom piece of the note. Use the cipher above it to work it out by switching each letter to 1 plus 5 places from it. I'm stupid. Excuse me? legitimately, so far, I've had to use the hints for all of these because I cannot figure these puzzles out. I'm dumb. Like, I'm really dumb. But am I that dumb? Got it. Good job, Noah. I knew you could do it. With a dusting of pink on his cheeks, Noah looked away from Crow. It was no big deal. Of course it was. You did well, and it's okay to celebrate that and be happy. Yeah. Are you two done flirting now? Flirting? I'm simply flirting. Finally, my number. Here, remember this. Daisy turned her phone screen towards Noah, where a long number sat waiting for him. My memory isn't that good. Never as good a time to improve yourself within the present. Oh, what's this? What is it? Daisy frowned at her phone, confused. There's only one app on here, look. Daisy clicked the app on her home screen, which pulled up a program. It flashed red, green, yellow, then repeated itself. Fuck. Red. Wait, hold on. Red, green, yellow. Huh, it flashes colors. Is it meant to do that? No clue. Maybe it'll come in useful, though. It'll feel like nothing happens in this dream that isn't useful in some way. Anyway, I'll be waiting for your message. Well, I won't simply because I'm not really me, so I won't remember this, but you get what I'm trying to say. Crow gave Noah a look tinged with worry before shaking his head. I'll contact you as soon as I can. For once, a smile spread over Daisy's face, lighting up the features. For some reason, it reminded Noah of August. Thanks, Noah, and you can call me Crow. Crow, huh? For some reason, you remind me of someone else. I get that a lot. Common face, I suppose. Anyway, thanks for your help. Good luck with getting out of here and all that. Thanks. You too? Crow was the first to turn away, Noah quickly following after him. His gaze was lost, his eyes empty as his hand reached up to clutch over where his heart was. Strange. What is it? Are you okay? I'll be fine. A strange weight sits against my chest that I cannot explain. Very strange indeed. In that moment, he seemed like a completely different person. But one more moment later, he smiled at Noah as if nothing happened. Let's continue, shall we? What am I supposed to do now? Okay, well, I can't talk to you. I don't need the app. Elijah. Can't really do anything with you. Ruben? Wait, what are you using as a bookmark? Noah's eyes found his way to Ruben's book, in particular what he was using for a bookmark. Wait, what's that? A book? No, I mean, well, yes, it is. The bookmark. Oh, this? It's just a scrap paper I found. You're seeing what I'm seeing, right? Yeah, that's definitely the other half of that note Asher gave you. Could we have that? What? But I'll lose my page. Ugh, please. Just fold the corner over. Ruben made an expression that almost seemed to be one of disgust as he looked back at Noah. Fold the corner over and damage the book? Please, we really need it. Fine, if you promise to help me with something. You'll actually give me something before I help you? That's a first. It's because I trust you. You do? You've always been a good kid. Plus, you had to put up with Asher. Noah couldn't help but step backward in surprise. Thanks? What can we do to help, then? I found this. Ruben held up a nondescript, leather-bound book. On the side was a lock. The lock seemed to be color-based rather than the number-based, though. Ha-ha! It was with my books. I want to unlock it. What is it? A diary, I think. What's a diary? A book where you write down your feelings, things that happen, that kind of stuff. Oh, that sounds nice. I think it belonged to my mother. Maybe everything will make sense. Maybe that's a good reason. Gimme. I think I have an idea of the code. I need your character to go through a short and silly dream that someone just wakes up from abruptly. He'll die. He said before, if the person wakes up before the dream, like he completes the dream, he's just gone. He's just gone from the world. After checking his page to remember it without a bookmark, here. Okay, so it's red, green, yellow. With a click, the lock fell open. Ruben looked at it in shock for a moment, as if he hadn't really expected it to open. Why don't you open it? Seemingly apprehensive, he slowly opened the cover, facing it away from the group. His eyes went wide for a moment before the surprise fell from his face. It's empty. Of course it is. don't know what I expected. What's that between the pages? Some ripped up photo? Here. Reuben held it out to Noah. Are you sure? Could be from your mother, though. It's not. She wouldn't have left me anything. Please, take it. Noah took the pieces carefully in his hand, and Reuben turned back to his book. Thanks, Noah. It's no problem. Hey, do you still live back home? I doubt I'll ever leave that town. See, it means nothing. It's not even it. If I'm ever back there, you can come visit anytime you want. Thanks. I'll take you up on that. Reuben gave a rare smile as Noah and Crow turned away from him, the photo pieces still in hand. Reuben is a kind person. Yeah, how he ever put up with my brother, I'll never know. Will you go see him? Maybe if I'm ever back. Crow smiled and his face lit up like the sun. I'm glad to hear it. Okay, so what did we just get? We got a ripped up photo? Stray pieces of photo lost to time. How many pieces are missing, though? You want a puzzle? Please keep your scraps of paper to yourself. You want a puzzle? Do you have any of these? What? Asher reached into his pocket and a moment later produced a few scrunched up pieces. He held them out to Noah. Didn't know you collected trash. Do you have any of these? Oh, well, you did help me. Here. Daisy reached into her pocket and pulled out some similar looking photo pieces. Okay. Okay, hold on. What did the rest of the note say? Oh my god. So it would have been 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my god! The reason we couldn't figure it out is we didn't have the bottom of this fucking piece of little paper. God damn it. I am stupider than I look. Hey, do you got any picture pieces? Noah held up the photo pieces to Elijah, who carefully eyed up each piece. My god, you two have done it! Do you think you could help me put it back together too? We can give it a try. Hold on. Excuse me, what? Oh, okay, so I think I have to talk to him to put the pieces back together. A man named Elijah stood facing his blah, blah, blah. It seems... Okay, let's try to put the pieces back together. Elijah looked at Noah and Crow, his expectations plain on his face. Puzzle! Well, we know that's the bottom. You always start with the corners. That's not a corner. Why did I grab that? It's gotta be somewhere at the top. That piece goes here. That piece goes there. This piece goes here. This piece goes here. It's not matching up very well. Try for a little to forget you don't need any. Ah! I don't know how exact I need to be, so. Listen to some calming music while we do this. We did it! God, you've gone and done it! Though his form was difficult to see, even Noah could tell Elijah's face was graced with a wide, deep smile. You two really don't know how much this means to me. Wait, it's a little old town in the mountains where I first met my wife. What year was that? Elijah lifted his hand to his chin, stroking a beard that neither other man could see. 1975? 1976? I'm writing that down. 1978. I remember now. Boy, time really does get away from you. You two should appreciate the time you have with each other, you understand? Yeah, I do appreciate it. They both look so sad. I swear this has to be August. Also, does he have a keyblade for an earring? It kind of looks like one. Anyways, I should write down the date. You have a pen? Of course. How else would I be getting inside? Could we borrow it just for a minute? Well, tell you what. You can bring me some tape to keep this thing together, stop it from blowing away all over again, then you can have it. That sounds like a fair deal to me. Where am I supposed to find tape in heaven? As Crow and Noah turned away, something crumpled fell to the clouds below. Noah knelt down to pick it up. Look, you're already dropping it? Noah looked down at the crumpled note. On it, letters were scrawled and scribbled wild strokes. Don't interfere or your friend will disappear just like the last. Does he mean Cain? Noah's heart sunk into his stomach as he stared at the words before him. That note itself was almost like a canvas, like the finest painting. Just a few words transported him back in time to a loss so great he could still feel it now and brought that pain forward tenfold. You okay down there, Noah? Noah looked back up at Crow's smiling face. It truly seemed without a worry in the world. And for some reason, that was exactly what Noah wanted to protect. It's nothing, just some trash. He stuffed it in his pocket and stood back up smiling lightly at Crow despite the pain. Huh, there's something else scribbled on the back here. In the realm of slumber where mind takes flight, adrift in a world of wonder and a dream of pure delight. You bet your bippy I'm gonna type that out, because I don't know if I'm gonna need that. I'm typing in my own chat just to keep things. What the? Who put that there? Actually, could we borrow that back for a moment? I believe it may come in handy. Well, he did help me. Fine, here. Elijah held a corner of the photo, and Noah retook it in his hand. Indeed, on the back was a strange poetic sentence. Something about those words in particular felt like a dagger pointed straight at his heart. A version of himself from years of the past. In the realm of slumber. But as he looked towards Crow, who was earnestly trying his best for Noah's sake, he thought that perhaps this dream was one of wonder. Does it belong to her? Is this what you were looking for? Noah held out the scrap of photograph that Elijah had lended him, the back of which had a single sentence on it, a sentence that seemed to instantly spark recognition within the professor. Yes! yes, this is it, thank you. She carefully opened up a bound journal and went to close it again with the piece still inside. Oh, we actually have to give that back. Someone loaned it to me. Well, I suppose I will allow it. Here. She held the journal out to Noah, who took it with his eyebrows raised. If you want it back, then solve it. Right, of course. I think you should have expected this, really. In the realm of slumber... Oh. Takes flight? Flight adrift. Wonder. Every part is moving in your thoughts, but I don't see it. Every little one seems to stop its stars. You don't want to be anymore. And dream. Hell yeah! A puzzle I can actually solve! What do you think? What do I think? She stood with her arms crossed over her chest, unwilling to elaborate. Even amidst grief, there's a spark of hope. The professor smiled at Crow. At least that's what it looked like. How so? Though the pain of loss may be indescribable, your father's words serve as a lasting legacy, a lifetime's worth of his presence. I imagine that gave you strength many times throughout the years. Dealing with loss is a personal journey, but eventually it's important to shift the focus from sorrow to gratitude for the time you were able to spend together, and for the memories they left behind. That aside, you have been useful to me, I will admit. So what can I do to help you? Well, this is a long shot, but you wouldn't happen to have tape on you, would you? Tape? I know it's a little strange, but if you have asked anyone else, they would have laughed at you. In fact, I'm likely to laugh too. Simply because I do actually have what you're searching for. Here. That's surprising. Here, no need to bring it back. Not sure how exactly this will bring you any closer to this line moving, but I believe a bet on you is a safe one. Good luck. Thanks, and go easy on Asher. Not a chance. Okay, use the tape on the photo piece. Oh, we can't use them together. But I can just give it to this guy. Here, your tape. Shouldn't lose your photo again now. Thanks, you two. Here, you truly deserve this. A pen! Finally! It's time we can at last finish this. Thanks, Elijah. Enjoy your time in there. Noah nodded towards the gate. Oh, I know I will. I'll show my wife this photo and we'll reminisce. Hey, she's been waiting for me for a while in there. That sounds Sounds nice. Have you got someone waiting for you in there? Noah's eyes went to the gate and then back to Crow. Never really stops hurting. Don't force yourself to talk about it. Elijah placed a hand on Noah's shoulder. Hope you find what you're looking for. A pen! Sign it, you bitch! Noah, here, a pen! You actually got it for me? Of course, I would do anything to help you, always. Thank you. As he made the first stroke on his papers with the pen, he paused and turned back towards the pair. Are you two from the future? More like you're a relic of the past. You're me, right? Guess so. Does that mean August and I? His eyes were hopeful as he looked back and forth between Noah and August. Show myself kindness, huh? Yeah. And I'm a full-time artist? Well, yeah, technically. Awesome. Don't get your hopes up. With careful movements, he finished signing his papers and handed them over to the man behind the gates, who read over them briefly, nodding and opening the gates. The pristine metal didn't whine or grate. It opened noiselessly, and the young Noah turned back towards Crow with a smile before walking through. I'll be someone worth you in the future, I promise. My little Noah, you've always been worth the world and then some. Good luck. As he walked through the gate, he disappeared into a flutter of sparkling light. The rest of the line followed suit, fading away as they entered the gate. Professor Pearson showed a rare smile. Reuben kept reading. Elijah clutched his photo close to his heart. Daisy held up her hand in a remember to call me fashion, and finally Asher stood before the gates. Thanks, Noah. Asher looked towards the charm Noah held out and just shook his head. And just like that, everything began to crumble around them. But wait, he didn't take it! What if he dies? What if he gets killed? Cracks started to form in the otherwise perfect illusion, running through the sky in clouds stretching out infinitely. A deep rumble shook Noah and Crow to their very cores. Their previously stable footing quickly became unsteady. We gotta get out of here. Ah, shit, Ivan! Noah peered through the gate, searching for even a peek of his strange clothing and white hair. He was nowhere in sight. Ivan, let's go! Silence followed. Ivan was nowhere to be seen. You'd better go now before it's too late. What about you? Crow's smile was like the sunrise after a cold and windy night. Don't worry about me. You'll be okay. I'm always okay. But just come with me. I'll see you next time, Noah. Crow either couldn't or wouldn't answer. Noah's begging. The last thing Noah saw before being pushed from the cloud and falling into nothingness was the melancholy expression on his face. That took a lot longer than I would have liked. Was it the look on his face? The expression in his eyes? The sound of his voice as he said he'd be okay? What was that made Noah feel as if his chest was closing up on itself? That made him feel like he was losing in another piece of himself. But before he had time to truly think on it, he hit the ground. His eyes slowly adjusted to the lack of light. But that wasn't all. In front of him, a painting was half complete. Mountains made of clouds and a cascading light that touched every corner. Noah raised his hand, which already held a brush, instinctively. One stroke, then another, then a flurry of them. His eyes followed the place he'd just been, yet also hadn't, where a familiar face had existed, even if only for a moment. The ache in Noah's heart didn't subside, even as his mind was occupied with his painting. When Noah had finally finished, the sun had already begun to peek over the horizon like a gentle but sad smile. Not that he could tell, locked away in this cave he called home. Noah set the paintbrush down and stared at his creation. He could almost feel the wind blowing his hair all over his face, the clouds beneath his feet. Both real sensations he'd felt in a world he believed unreal. A world he still believed unreal, yet the words of a certain man named Crow still weighed heavily on his mind. Shaking his head, he stood from his place in front of the easel and walked into his kitchen. His steps into the darkened kitchen were slow and drawn out. Noah's mind felt hazy, slightly dizzy from the lack of sleep. The room was still exactly the same as he had left it. He didn't have anyone to clean up after him anymore. And in a way, he'd come to like the cluttered mess. It felt like a reflection of himself. With a drawn-out sigh, he wandered towards the fridge, hand extended. He paused. Stuck to the front was a sticky note. I've paid your bills. Kane. A heavy feeling weighed down weighed down Noah's chest. After all this time, Cain was still there for him, even when he asked him not to be. With any thought of eating gone, Noah dug through his unemptied trash can for his phone. As expected, Cain had called, as well as left a few messages. But what was less expected was a text from an unknown number. He clicked into it. "Can we talk?" Noah stared at the number. Mr. Floyd? But no, the number was definitely different to the one he texted earlier. There was only one logical explanation. Asher. Everyone wants to talk these days, huh? Talk to your fucking brother! Okay. I said I was gonna end after that, but I want to see what happens more in the regular world, or in in the past, and then we'll be done. Good morning, class. Noah sat at his desk, his eyes lazy on his new teacher. It had barely been a few days, but he'd already found himself comfortable enough in the class. His fingers tapped against the worn wooden desk. Sure, he was getting used to it, but that doesn't mean he was pleased. At least I can still see August at lunch. I have some exciting news. We have a new student moving into the class. Correction, 2 students. Cain and August! New students? 2 of them, that's crazy. Noah paused as he saw 2 shadows behind the door waiting to come in. Come in, you 2. As the class visibly deflated, Noah nearly sprung out of his chair. 2 people, one with brown hair and another with blonde, walked airily into the room. We won't bother with introduction because you all probably know each other anyway. Cain and August are joining us from class 2-3. Make sure to give them a warm welcome. Noah blinked, once, then again, then a few more times for good measure. The 2 walked into the classroom and took the spare desks, August on his left and Cain behind him. August, with the same smile that reminded Noah of a sunrise, waved discreetly to him. Now, with that out of the way, let's get right into modern world history. Miss Rose, dressed impeccably, turned her back and lifted the whiteboard marker up, ready for the lesson to begin. I can't believe you managed this. With her back turned, Noah scribbled down a message and ripped out a corner of his workbook. He paused for a moment before adding in one of August's signature smiley faces with a nose. As inconspicuous as possible, Noah balled up the piece of scrap paper and tossed it towards August's desk, where it landed with a sound. Without a sound, August laid the note down on his desk, carefully straightening out the wrinkles. The corner of his mouth turned upwards as he read the message. Quickly, August opened up his pencil case and dug around inside a little before pulling out a pen and writing something on the other side of the paper. Noah, suddenly feeling shy, traced the shallow scratches on the surface of his desk with his fingertip. That was, until a little ball of paper landed on his desk in return. Noah smiled at the neat writing, every letter perfectly placed and undeserving of such a scrappy bit of paper. Cain organized it. You should thank him. Noah picked up his pencil again, quickly reading a reply under August's. By the way, your handwriting is really... Noah thought on the word. Cute? Neat? Sweet? Pretty, he decided on. His own handwriting was plain and simple. Neat, but with no frills. By comparison, August's seemed bright and cheery. Noah balled up the scrap of paper once again, ready to toss it back to August when Miss Rose turned around. Something to share with the class, Noah? Although her words were serious, Noah could still see a faint twinkle in her eyes, and she understood that Noah was pleased to be back with his friends. No, Miss Rose. Red in the face, Noah shoved the note back into his pocket, all the while burying his face back in his textbook. Miss Rose, unfazed, carried on with the class until the bell rang for lunch. Most of Noah's new classmates quickly shuffled out of the classroom, whether in a rush to get something from the cafeteria or a rush to get away from their schoolwork. August stretched out his shoulders and neck with a drawn-out sigh. Before Noah had a chance to move, Cain had already approached his desk with an award-winning grin. How in the hell did you make this happen? Not bad, eh? Go on, praise me some more. Don't push it, but seriously, how? It was no big deal. Really? This isn't a big deal to you. I would love to see what is. August saddled up to stand beside Cain, 2 of them laughing at their joke. Noah couldn't help but notice that the 2 seemed closer than before. My mom organized it. I don't ask her for much, so she was happy to oblige, I guess. In the end, I think a complaint was lodged against Mr. Floyd. The principal let the 2 of us move to this class since our parents insisted. Oh no, we got Mr. Floyd in trouble. Noah kicked at the wooden floor, his foot gliding across the polished boards. He deserved it anyway. They should hurry up and fire him already. Look, are you going to tell us what happened? Noah winced. What could he say? He He pretended to be my friend, but then told my parents everything I said. I trusted him. Just what could you have told him that would cause this kind of reaction? I'm not ready to tell anyone yet. Alright, fine, but I'm always here to talk, okay? Noah waved his hand dismissively. Yeah. Me too. You know I'm always happy to listen. At some point, both August and Kane had pulled over their chairs and sat down. Thanks, August. Really. With a sigh, Kane dug around in his backpack looking for something before presenting 2 almost matching lunchboxes. He slid one over the table to Noah, who looked at it in surprise over his flattened sandwich. What's this about? I was doing some cooking and thought you could use a pick-me-up. Kane's famous cooking? Kane blushed a little, but was obviously enjoying the praise. It's nothing exciting. Don't get your hopes up. Noah's stomach rumbled as he opened up the lunchbox and peered at the contents. The smell filled the room, making everyone's mouth water. It smells amazing. No, Kane wants to be a chef when he's older. Come on, I'm not good enough to be a chef. Oh, shut up. You know you are. By the looks of it, I'd say you definitely are. I mean, if it tastes as good as it smells. I'll make 3 next time, then. Why wait? You can try some of mine. Really? Of course. Without a second thought, Noah raised the fork up towards August. Instantly, he recognized his mistake. What am I doing? But before he could move his hand, August took a bite. I used that fork first. It's almost a... stop thinking, Noah. Delicious. You really are amazing, Kane. I want to try some too. You have your own lunchbox. I'm not sharing. I'll just bring one lunchbox next time. Oh, wait, does that mean the sleepover is off the table? Looks like it, since my parents told me I'm not allowed to hang around August anymore. The room went silent. Kane and August's eyes locked in on Noah's face as the realization hit about what he just said. Shit. Why me in particular? I didn't mean to... It doesn't matter anyway. I'm gonna hang out with you if I wanted to. Both of them still stared at him, unwavering. My parents don't really like you. But I've never even met them. They met your dad. But why don't they like me? I guess they said something like you were too girly or something. I don't know. I don't care what they say. Oh. But I mean, they don't even know you. And like, even if you were... Noah instantly shut up. The warm smile he had come to know so well had fallen off August's face. Well, we can always have a sleepover another time. Kane laughed, but anyone could tell it was forced. The 3 sat... I'm losing my voice. The 3 sat in silence, finishing their lunches before the bells rang. August and Kane went back to their desks, leaving Noah alone with his thoughts. Fuck, I wish I didn't say anything. The rest of the class passed by in a slow, drawn-out blur. Noah's workbook was empty apart from the messy doodles along the edge of his page. By the time he'd looked up from packing his bag, August was long gone. It was the first time he'd left without them. Noah swallowed, feeling a lump in his throat that he couldn't shake off. Should we go? I guess so. Don't take it too personally. It's not your fault. It is. I should have kept my mouth shut. Why would your parents say that anyway? I don't know. Look, let's go home, and I have an idea, okay? You can leave it to me. Gentle sunlight fell through the canopy and onto the rocky mountain path, warming the 2 boys' faces as they walked silently. Noah stood slightly behind Kane as his eyes stuck to the ground. He couldn't think of anything to say, and by the looks of it, neither could Kane. His legs felt heavy as if they were filled with lead, and his heart ached. Thanks, Kane. Noah reached out and took hold of Kane's sleeve, pulling the other boy to a stop. He halted abruptly. It's no problem. Anyway, I haven't done anything yet. No, thanks for always, being there. Where else would I be? Noah's eyes finally left the ground. On Kane's face was his classic charismatic grin, but his eyes were warm and kind. You're my best friend. You better not ever forget that. You wouldn't let me forget that even if I wanted to. I guess you're stuck with me. Guess so. Feeling a little brighter, the 2 continued their trek. Quietly, Kane's fingers traveled down to where Noah had held on just for a moment. Poor Kane, over here watching his best friend fall in love with someone else while he's in love with him. Noah! Before his mother could get a word in edgewise, Noah retreated to his room and slammed the door hard. His only wish was that he could lock it from the inside. A pointless act in itself, seeing as the door could be unlocked easily from the outside. Noah waited a moment with his ear to his door, waiting for the stomping of his mother coming to berate him for being so rude, but they never came. With a sigh, he sunk down to the ground, resting his back against the door. I'm an idiot. Maybe I can make it up to him somehow. I could draw a picture of him. He does have that photo of me. Maybe that's too lame. With his mind still undecided, Noah stood from his wooden floor and made his way to his desk, carefully stepping over the cushions that sat on the ground. Collapsing on his chair with a spin, he stared at his room. Furniture his parents chose, art on the walls that they'd placed there, a picture-perfect showroom. But it never felt like his. Never felt like him. The only place that felt like home was here, at his desk, where his art books were. Where his art books were kept. Panic set in. Noah opened his drawers, before jumping up to search through his backpack. But it was no use. He knew they weren't there. Where are they? A knock finally sounded at his door. Noah, your brother is home. His panic became a dread that settled in the bottom of his stomach, eating away at him. Their relationship had always been rocky at best. It was almost as if he was a walking target to his brother, an overachiever in almost every field. Come out and greet him. When Noah made no move to open the door, his mother did it for him. Her arms were crossed over her chest, crinkling that dark silk. Where did my art books go? Noah's words were blunt and accusatory, but his mother just shook her head. Wherever you left them, Noah. Honestly, you should spend less time doodling and more time studying. I study plenty. Someone's moved my books. No one's moved them. Someone has. Don't you dare raise your voice with me. I said no one's touched your books. Who would? You're the only one that cares about them. What's all the yelling about? A voice like the silk of their mother's shirt, smooth and slippery, came from down the hallway. Oh, Noah. Happy to see me? Noah withdrew, his eyes wanting to settle on anything but his brother. But eventually he had no choice. With an emotionless voice, he answered, Welcome home. His voice held a kind of charisma that many people had fallen for, despite the iciness that hid behind it. Have you seen my sketchbooks? Sketchbooks? You're still wasting time with that stuff? Let me think. Asher paced back and forth in mock thought. Oh, were those the books on your desk? Yes, did you see them? Oh, that's too bad. Dad told me to take out the trash, so I thought you wouldn't want them. What? Might it be time to get them back, I guess. Noah, it was an honest mistake. You need to forgive your brother. It was no mistake. He did it on purpose. Noah, apologize. Fuck this. Her hand went to her mouth in shock. Where are they? In the bin outside? Oh, no, let me show you. Don't worry, Mom, I'll help him get him back. You're a good boy, Asher. A better son to me than some. Whatever. The further his brother led him from their shared home, the more anxious Noah began to feel. All right, this'll do. All the charm had dropped out of his voice, replaced by a teasing sneer. He pointed further down the mountain. Down there, if you look real close, what can you see? The river? Bingo! Enjoy getting those back, loser. One moment he was there, the next he was gone. His hands that had balled into fists at his side tightened before he punched a tree hard. A line of blood dripped down his hand and onto the bark. Fuck! Fucking asshole! With no time left to waste, Noah sprang into a run, racing towards the river. If his heart hadn't already been broken by the day's events, now it truly had. Stuck on the rocks and weeds of the river were his sketchbooks. Stray pages drifted around, obviously ripped out by someone. Noah swallowed hard, not sure whether to shout or cry, before he kicked off his shoes and jumped into the mostly calm river to retrieve what he could. The water was cold, made even more so by the quickly settling sun. It easily came up to his thighs, ruining his once perfect uniform. He reached out, desperate to save anything salvageable, but already many of the stray pages dissolved in his hands into mush. Just when he felt like the tears would start, Noah heard a sound from behind him, the gentle splashes of someone joining him. August, what are you doing? I'm helping you get your books back. There's no point. They're just stupid drawings. August shook his head. They're not stupid. August slowly waded through the water until he stood across from Noah. You're getting all wet. A little water never hurt anyone. Something, something, dripping with good looks. That's what someone said in a book I read once, anyway. Silence stretched out between them as they collected the soggy art books. But instead of keeping his mind focused on the task, Noah couldn't help but stare at August, desperate for the words to fix everything. But there were no miracle words that could fix everything. They didn't exist. And so, Noah defaulted to the only thing he could think to say. I'm sorry. It's fine, it's just water. No, I'm sorry about earlier. It's okay, it doesn't matter. It does matter. It matters a lot to me. Noah stumbled over his sudden outburst, but wasn't ready to stop yet. What they think is stupid. I don't care what they say about me, but I don't want them to say anything bad about you. I want to spend time with you. I want to hang out at school and outside of it too, so I will. If you want, that is. I don't want to cause problem between you and your parents. It's okay if you don't want to hang out with me anymore. No matter what, I want to see you. August suddenly let out the breath he was holding, and a smile came back to his face. Whew, good, because I really want to stay friends. At some point, Noah's heart had begun to beat hard and fast. He bit his lip. I should tell him. I like you. Did your brother do this? How did you know? I saw you two arguing. Yeah, he hates me, so he ruined one of the only things I love. What an asshole. I know it doesn't make it better, but let's replace all this together. I'm not really good at drawing, though. Yeah. Noah! Noah, where are you? Noah and August, with their arms filled with water-soaked books, quickly left the river. I should go. I don't want you to get in more trouble. But I'll see you at school tomorrow, okay? Yeah, see you tomorrow. Just as August disappeared one way, his mother appeared from another. What are you? Noah, you're soaked! Wonder who we can blame for that. You can't shift blame for everything that happens in life, Noah. He did it! He threw all my art books in the river, and now they're all ruined. I'm sure it was an accident. How? How could anyone accidentally do that? I'm not here to argue with you. You have a guest at home. And look at you. Your cheeks are all red. You're probably getting sick already. Noah frowned, the image of August beside him still stuck in his mind. Fine, I'm going home. All packed and ready to... Whoa, what happened to your clothes? Long story. What are you talking about, though? Don't you remember? You're staying at my house to study for the test tomorrow. Test? Do we have a test? Right, the test. Let me go change and get my stuff. Only studying, yes? Yeah. Lovely. I'm so happy that someone like you would be friends with someone like my son. He can really depend on you. You flatter me, ma'am. Really, it's the other way around. What a good kid you are. Rolling his eyes, Noah quickly retrieved his things from his bedroom, packing a spare uniform and some pajamas. When he reappeared, Cain and his mother were still conversing kindly. From the sound of it, mostly consisted of praise. I'm ready. Good. Well, it was nice talking to you, ma'am. We'll study extra hard tonight. Noah, make sure not to slow down near Cain. Make sure not to slow down dear Cain, alright? Right, because I'm obviously an idiot. I won't. Cain went on ahead, holding open the door for Noah before letting it fall shut behind him. Cain is such a fucking good guy. Thanks, Cain. What exactly happened in the hours since I last saw you? It's a long story. Well, I have time to listen. Asher threw all my art into the river. He what? Why? Great question. I guess he just hates me. How would I know? Sorry I took so long then. I should have been there to help. Noah shook his head. You got me out of there. You're already the best friend I could have. Come on, I don't think they're looking out the window at us anymore. Cain took hold of Noah's wrist, leading him away from his parents' prying eyes. When he thought they had gone far enough, Cain circled back before coming to a stop somewhere Noah hadn't expected. His next-door neighbor's house. What's going on? We're having that sleepover at August's house. What? Does August know about this? He's about to. You can't just barge. Kane quickly pressed the doorbell. From further inside, a breezy tune carried through the house, followed by footsteps. Oh my god, look at his dad! His dad looks so cool. Hello? The door swung open, and standing in place was a tall man with messy blonde hair and light blue eyes. Instantly, Noah recognized the man, despite having never met. His eyes held a deep kindness, and a smile played on his lips. This could only be August's father. Oh, Kane! How wonderful to see you again! Noah looked towards Kane, flustered and curious, when he remembered that they'd probably met when they were moving classes. The kind-looking man's eyes traveled from Kane to Noah. Oh, I'm Noah. I live next door. Awkwardly, Noah pointed towards his house, careful to stay hidden from any peering eyes. Noah, I was wondering when we would finally meet. August talks about you all the time. He does? All lovely things, I assure you. You can call me Jasper, by the way. Anyway, what can I do for you two? We were wondering if we could see August. Of course you can. I'm sure he'll be thrilled to see his friends. August, you have guests! A moment later, a bespectacled face peered at them from behind his father. Noah, Kane, what are you two doing here? His face held genuine surprise, but he was obviously pleased with this development. Well, you see, we were wondering if we could sleep over tonight. August's surprised face morphed into a wide, bright smile as he turned his eyes towards his dad. In return, his father chuckled and nodded. You two are practically family already. You're welcome anytime. Come in, I'll show you to my room. Wholesome as fuck. The moment the trio stepped into August's bedroom, both Kane and Noah could instantly tell it belonged to him. Unlike Noah's bedroom, this room felt like August, despite his family being here for only a short amount of time. This is my bedroom. I'll go get us some drinks. Feel free to make yourself comfortable. Noah's eyes went from one thing to another. August's bed made perfectly, his pillow where his head rested every night. Next to his desk was a big green leafy plant that made the room feel even more cozy. Noah eyed it up, thinking, I would have killed it already. What's the opposite of a green thumb? Lastly, his eyes fell to the blonde's desk. Hanging on the wall above it was a small collection of Polaroids, some older than others. Is that you? He instantly looked away, his cheeks hot. Hanging on August's wall proudly was the photo he'd taken of Noah from across their balconies. I didn't think he'd keep it. Shaking his head, Noah looked back at the other photos. Some were of August and his father, but one happened to stand out. Looked old and slightly faded, but well looked after. It showed a woman with kind, green eyes smiling at whoever was taking the photograph. That's my mom. My dad says I look just like her. This is the only photo I've seen of her, though, so I can't really tell. You do look like her. August set down 3 colas on his desk, admiring the photograph himself. Noah's voice dropped to a whisper. I didn't think you'd keep that. August looked back at Noah out of the corner of his eyes. The moonlight shone in from the window, illuminating his face. I told you. I look at it whenever I'm feeling lonely.